Hi everybody, hope you're all well. I've parked up in a local beauty spot, otherwise known as Lexton Park Nature Reserve. It's absolutely lovely. We used to take our boys here to feed the ducks. You don't feed ducks and swans bread anymore. I mean, that's bad, but obviously we used to back in the day because no one knew that then. But the pond's lovely and the nature reserve itself is really nice. There's a car parked in it though, which is a bit weird because I've never seen that before. Because there's barriers up, you can't really get on there, so it must be warden controlled, I don't know. Yes, so why am I here? Good question. To get out of the sun, it's blooming roasting. Nice and shady. Trees, you can't beat trees. Trees are the answer. Not weird machines that do this kind of things that trees do and cost billions of pounds. Trees, plant trees, they create shade and they soak up this so-called CO2, which is actually quite good for us, but we won't go into that. No, let's not start on that. What I do want to say is I want to say thank you to Louise. She sent me a response from the Scottish Government regarding BOVAER, and I thought I'd share it with you. I will put a screenshot of it on the screen so you can see it for yourself. It was quite detailed. So you're not impartial as a government, which you should be. You're investing in a chemical additive that no one really knows in the long term what it might do to the cows and also to humans, who etc, etc. And the whole "it's not in the milk" rubbish is even the FSA say there are traces in the milk. It doesn't reach levels of concern. Now, levels of concern, where are those levels of concern? The unknown, it's just ridiculous. So I'll read out some of this response, especially the last bit, which I thought was quite interesting. Just pulling it up right now. I'm not going to read it all. I'm leaving it on there for you. But the last bit, the bit that interested me, was the Scottish Enterprise, which I presume is a faction of the Scottish Government. I could be wrong, but I'm getting that. That's what, because it was the Scottish Enterprise that has extended its support to the Dalray. I don't know if I'm saying that right still. Dalray, spelt D-A-L-R-Y. Dalray site through a total grant contribution of 10 million and some, nearly 11 million to be fair, and the facility is expected to deliver a minimum of 167 million capital spend by the end of 2025. I mean, okay, so the facility is expected to deliver a minimum of 167 million capital spend by the end of 2025. This is a significant investment in the region and is expected to create new 30 jobs. Their words, new 30 jobs, not 30 new jobs, and safeguard a further 335 existing jobs. I mean, yeah, it just is, yeah. Oh God. I mean, that's a massive grant contribution to a company that's not exactly short of funds. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's crazy. That really is. If it is expected to deliver a minimum of 167 million, why give it 10 million? Why give it that grant? It just doesn't. It goes on in the second paragraph at the top. I want to assure you first and foremost that milk from cows who are given BOVAER is safe for consumers to drink because BOVAER is metabolised by the cows, so it does not pass into their milk. Well, it does, because the FSA say there are traces. I've put this screenshot on here more times than I care to. It says there are traces of 3-nop in the milk and in the edible tissues. Traces, okay, that could be extremely minimal, but if you're consuming milk and milk, especially milk, because I'm not going to get into edible tissues because it's just almost impossible to be sure. And I'm a budget channel and I can't afford organic meat, so I don't eat beef very often, but that's not the point. It's that push to sort of stop us from eating It's very annoying. Right. Oh, and there was also that Professor Emeritus. I'm not going to say it, but that it means retired. I thanks everybody that told me that. I appreciate that because I didn't know. But you know that person is an expert in their field, regardless. And she was I can't remember her name, but she was an expert in microbiology, and she was extremely concerned about the effects of BOVAER in the cow's gut. You know, the whole sort of like we all are learning a lot more about the sort of role stomachs play in our health, in our immune system, and that goes the same goes for animals. So, you know, anyway, let's get moving on from there because there's not a lot else you can say about that. It's just guff. Really.
Don't use a heart rate monitor. You don't.
All right. Jeez, right, let's move on because there are a couple of other things that I really want to share that are really good in terms of sort of BOVAER stuff. Now, if you're seeing this on any French cheese, this symbol, it's kind of like an orange and red, and it's the AOP. They're not. It's not organic, but what they do is they kind of ensure that the cheeses that are being made in France are being made by traditional methods, and that's their symbol implying that. And BOVAER isn't permitted. Margot, you contacted, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Insigni. It's a type of cheese anyway, and you contacted them directly, and they came back saying, we understand your concern regarding BOVAER. This product is not marketed in France, but it appears as some tests have been carried out on other farms. Please note that our adherence to AOP specifications strictly prohibits us from using such products. Furthermore, this does not correspond to our company's values. And they were, I'll put a link of their response. Not a link, a picture, because that's interesting. So any cheeses with Insignia, I'll have to try and get a picture of the actual cheeses. Okay, that picture there is just an example, and I think that's the cheese that Margot was talking about. I mean, obviously they might do more than one type, and I think they do butter as well. But where you see that little round orange and yellow sign, it's going to be BOVAER free. What else? There is more. So Susan Cobley, you contacted me saying that you're based in Ireland, and you wanted to know about dairy farms in Ireland and whether they were BOVAER free, and I thought that was well worth a question because I didn't know. So I did my best, dug up as much as I could, and I did come up with some BOVAER free options in Ireland, and I thought it was good to share. And thanks to Susan for prodding me in that direction. So let me just find what I did do. I am going to kind of try and add this. Now, it's difficult, this one, because I don't know how many people in Ireland watch me and whether or not you're going to want it as a printable download. But what I will do is I'll try and stick here what I found out. So I'm just going to quickly screenshot. Bearing that in mind, I do have a printables thing going on Etsy, which lists all the UK where you can get BOVAER free products from in each supermarket. Where I did all the groundwork, walking around and all that kind of stuff, I kind of collated it. It does have regional variations, so be warned. But the Etsy fee covers the fees for Etsy, the cost of it. Anyway, there's 3 dairy farms in Ireland that loud and proud said they were BOVAER free, which is how I was able to find them. First of all, and I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, but it's Tyrian. Oh my God, or Thailand, Tirlan, and I think it's based in Tipperary, operating nationwide with multiple processing facilities in Tipperary and Kilkenny. Products: Avon More Milk, Kilmeaden Cheese, Truly Grass-Fed Butter and other dairy products. Statement on BOVAER confirmed via a public response on X on December the 4th last year that none of its products contain BOVAER. It's one of the island's largest dairy cooperatives, and I said it wrong, I know I did, because there's no way I said that right. But you'll see it on the screen how it is. Correct me, tell me phonetically how it's said if you know. It emphasises its grass-fed dairy production. Their decision to avoid BOVAER aligns with consumer demand for natural and additive-free dairy. They're widely available in Irish supermarkets and exported internationally as well, so something to watch out for if you're further afield. Drains Farms, I've kind of heard of that. I think that's come up in the past. Location is in Lisburn, Northern Ireland. Milk and dairy products supplied to local retailers and farm shops. They've made a statement on BOVAER, but if they're based in Northern Ireland, they're a family-run dairy focusing on local supply chains. So if you're in Northern Ireland, anything from Drains Farms, it's primarily good. It's BOVAER free, so it's primarily available in Northern Ireland through local retailers, farm shops, or direct sales. Another one. This is in Ireland itself. Araborn Cooperative. I'll stick it up there. Location is in. Oh my god! This is. Sorry, I just can't say stuff. Nene. Oh Jesus. County Tipperary. I don't know how you say that. With operations across the Midlands, and Midlands of Ireland, I suppose. Milk and dairy products for brands like SuperValu, Centra and export markets. Confirmed through a response to consumer inquiries on X that it does not use BOVAER in its supply chain. It's a major cooperative working with numerous Irish farmers. Their BOVAER free stance supports their focus on grass-fed, consumer-trusted dairy production. And they are available in major Irish retailers. And obviously, organic in Ireland is also BOVAER free. This is a list that's based on public statements. If you had smaller dairies, I'd recommend just contacting them, because directly, if you were island based and you just down the road you knew there was a dairy farm that you get your milk from, see what they say locally, to yourselves. I think I've said this before, but this is what is available, where you search and you can find public statements on the internet. It's rather than, because there's probably thousands of dairy farms in Ireland, but these are basically, there's two that are well known and large, so they probably have a good supply network in Ireland, and then obviously one at Drains Farm in Northern Ireland. So yeah, that's the Irish. I think that's it. Just a quick update. Nothing major, apart from Scottish government giving a 10 million grant to a massive corporation. It doesn't need it. It's not a struggling outfit. What? Why? If anyone understands the reasoning behind that, please let me know. I mean, obviously, there's brown envelopes, handshakes, all that sort of stuff. Say no more. Right, let me just double check I've not missed anyone. So, Margot, again, this is where, because you said you're disabled and you need to buy all your food online, and you buy organic collagen from beef bone from Hunter and Gather. If anyone's heard of them, you emailed them, and their reply was, let's have a look at what they say. Thank you so much for your kind words and for being a loyal customer. I completely understand your concern regarding ingredients like BOVAER. Based on the available product information and ingredients listings, there's no indication that BOVAER is present in any of the collagen, dairy or bone-based foods, including collagen peptides, collagen creamer, grass-fed organic ghee or grass-fed tallow. All products are produced from clean, natural sources without added fillers or suspicious additives as per current ingredients and product details. If you require formal documentation or more detailed confirmation, please let us know, as this would require further verification. With thanks, Savannah, Hunter and Gather. So Margot, well done, Margot, for your research on the ground. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Gotta go. School run. That was the bells, but you might not have heard that. I'm not sure. Thanks, Margot, and thank you to everybody that emailed me with stuff. I really appreciate it, because it's getting hot in here. yeah, it really is really helpful. It helps us dig a little bit more, and some of that info is hopefully new, because I certainly haven't really dug for Ireland. That was a good one to sort of dig deep, and the French products as well, because that Insigne St Mere, and I know I'm mangling that, I have seen that in the UK supermarkets. So if it's got that orange and yellow little roundel, you know it's good to go if you want to buy French cheese, which, you know, I like brie, so yeah, I will remember that myself. Anyway, thank you so much everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye.